Hey guys, it's Ken from Postcards from Cebu, your humble reporter, reporting to you from Maryland. Couple of things I wanted to talk about tonight. One is I really miss my wife. I miss her a lot. I wish she was here, but unfortunately she cannot because we are patiently awaiting the immigration process here in the United States of America. And one of the questions I get a lot from colleagues and my family, matter of fact, my brother was just here on Sunday. He stopped by. Today is the 16th, Wednesday. But my brother and his girlfriend stopped by, and common question I get a lot is, well, how long? How long before Vivian can come and stay? And the answer to that is not an easy one. There is no set date. The process, I believe I talked a little bit about that before. The process starts with the I-130 form that I filed back in February, beginning part of February. I filed the I-130 petition for an alien relative with the USCIS, U.S. Customs and Immigration Service. And that's just the beginning of the process. $420 US. It's going to take a couple of months for USCIS to process their end of the deal. Then it's basically a three-step process. First is USCIS. That's where we are right now. Vivian and I are waiting for USCIS. The next step is it goes to the National Visa Center, which is part of State Department, U.S. Department of State. The National Visa Center processes their end of it. They do their thing with the paperwork. And assuming that everything is still good, then third step of the process is the National Visa Center will forward the package to the State Department, to the U.S. Embassy in Manila. At that point, Vivian has to go to Manila and get a medical examination and an interview with the U.S. consular officer at the State Department at the U.S. Embassy in Manila. So all this costs money. So don't be prepared, guys, if you're going to marry a Filipina and you're going to immigrate her to the U.S., be prepared to dole out some cash. It's going to cost $420 for the I-130, additional fees for the National Visa Center. The medical exam is a couple $100. The visa is a couple $100. Plus, Vivian lives in Cebu, so she's got to fly from Cebu to Manila, stay in a hotel. She has to eat. She has to get transportation to and from the medical exam and the embassy in Manila. So all of this just racks up the cash. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining, but I'm telling you, if this is what you'd like to do, expect it. I did. I knew in advance. I'd done the research, and I knew to expect having to pay some bucks to get that, to make all this happen. Now, if you are marrying a young Filipino, you may not have the same issues that I encountered, but because Vivian is a widow, and she already has 3 kids, we have a family, basically joined my family with her family. Also, she used to receive an entitlement, a pension from the Philippine government based on the fact that she was widowed. Her previous husband had passed away. Now that she's married to me, she no longer has that pension. So I have to make up that money too. It's not expensive, but it still has to be done because I don't want my family to suffer as a result of Vivian and I. Expect it to cost some bucks. box, guys. So now Vivian and I find ourselves in this long distance relationship, which is actually a little easier because of modern technology, because of the internet, because of Facebook Messenger, which we use quite a bit to communicate with. We can actually video conference, we can look at each other, talk to each other every night. I can only imagine back in the 70s and 80s when people had to write letters and send them in the post. I mean, it took forever just to communicate with your wife. But a lot of people have done exactly that, and they are just fine as well. So regardless of your situation, modern technology does make it a little easier. If you have any questions, feel free, drop those in the comments section below the video. I'm happy, I promise I will answer any and all questions, assuming that they're appropriate questions and not just random diatribe from haters or trolls. But if you have a real question, if you're interested in this topic, drop the question in the comment section and I will be happy to answer you. Okay? Please do. Okay, so let's assume that you aren't necessarily interested in doing what I've done. In other words, you're not really interested in having a wife. You're a younger guy maybe, or even an older guy. You don't want to get married again. But you would like to date Filipinas. You would like to play the field, get to know them a lot more before you get married, this kind of thing. If that's the case, then I would highly recommend that you stay away from the dating sites. And here's why. When you start a conversation and you start a relationship with a Filipina, she is going to expect that you and she are in a relationship. It doesn't matter whether it's on the internet or not. I mean, Vivian and I chatted for many, many months. And fortunately, I'm a lucky guy. We did love each other. It turned out that we did. Even after I went to the Philippines and stayed with her for a while to make sure that was the case before I proposed to her. But if you're just looking for a casual relationship, you're not going to find that on the dating site. The Filipina is going to expect it to be a serious relationship when you arrive in country. So when you finally do get on the plane to go to meet her, she's not going to want you messing around with any other girls. I guarantee you that. Filipina's got a mean jealousy streak going on, and she's not going to want that. If that is your intention, then I would suggest that you, browse the websites and see what's available, etc., etc. But book your trip, book a hotel, fly to the Philippines. Then when you get there, when you arrive in the Philippines, then jump online and start chatting with the girls and say, hey, send me your text number. I'm free for dinner tonight. You want to meet for dinner? Then you haven't spent the time to give her the impression that a relationship exists, okay? And that this is a first time meeting. You can go out to dinner, have a good time, and see where things go. And then if you don't like her, or you don't like what you're seeing, you can move on to another, and it's not going to be quite as bad. If you spend several months chatting with her in advance, then go, it's going to be very difficult, very difficult. She will hound you. You will not be able to get rid of her. Okay, so trust me on this one. If you know for sure that you want just one girl and she's the one, then you're fine. But if you want to play the field, I highly recommend that you wait until you get to the Philippines to do that. Anyway, guys, that's all I got. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it very much. Once again, leave comments in the comment section below. Click the subscribe button, maybe here. There's definitely one down there too. If you want to get updates to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I thank you very, very much. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.